Hello, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to this video from Hood River Consulting, Oracle NetSuite Alliance Partners. My name is Rodrigo Gerona, and I'm the functional lead at the company. I have been working for over 10 years on software implementation projects, especially ERPs, and for over 10 years as well, focusing on the main topic of this video, which is localizations. In this case, I will be sharing information about our Uruguayan localization suite app. This is a certified suite app by NetSuite, and you can find it in the NetSuite marketplace. To begin this video, I will briefly explain what a localization is, for those who may not be very familiar with this term. A localization is the adaptation of a software, in this case NetSuite ERP, to the legal, tax, and accounting requirements of a specific region or country, in this case Uruguay. So for those companies operating in Uruguay, they can use NetSuite to run their operations in this country without any issues with our suite app. As you can see on this slide, we are not only experts in Uruguay. We have many other localization products in several countries in Latin America. As you can see, for example, Argentina, Chile, Colombia, among others. And of course, at Hood River Consulting, we are always working to improve our products portfolio. And currently, we are working in other countries such as Bolivia, Paraguay, and Costa Rica. Now, I'm going to name and explain briefly which are the main features of our Uruguayan localization suite app. The first one is electronic invoicing. This feature allows the user to issue all the required document types, so the user can create them in NetSuite and they can be sent automatically to the DGI. The exchange rate integration, our suite app is integrated to the Central Bank of Uruguay, so we can download the daily exchange rates of the Central Bank in US dollars, among other currencies. Fiscal and accounting reports for some companies, depending on the line of business, they have to issue monthly or annually some reports to be sent to the DGI. Our suite app already includes those reports or the most important ones. The taxes setup, we can configure and set up the main taxes, which in the most common cases is the VAT, but we can set up other kind of taxes if the company requires. And finally, the management of withholding and perceptions. For some kind of companies, they have to receive withholding taxes from their customers, or they have to issue withholding taxes to their vendors. Our Uruguayan localization suite app already includes this possibility, issuing the e-resguardo, which is the electronic document of the withholding taxes. And we already include every type of withholding with different percents. Of course, all these features can be explained in more detail in a demo session. I'm going to go deeper inside one of the features, which is the electronic invoicing, and then the tax setup feature. Our suite app allows the user the issuance of all the document types authorized by the DGI, not only the most common ones as e-factura or e-ticket and the credit and debit memos, but also the e-factura exportación, e-remito, e-resguardo, e-venta por cuenta ajena, among others. So 100% of the document types authorized by the DGI can be issued easily with our suite app. As you can see here, this is an example of an invoice. There are some standard and custom fields. The first one is the customer, which is a standard field of NetSuite. Of course, the customers have to be previously created in the account. We can easily import them massively by CSV. We can use some CSV templates. Of course, the exchange rate field, this is another standard field, which is automatically populated from our exchange rate integration. And then here you have 3 specific custom fields that must be used in order to issue the invoice or the trade memo or whatever document type in the correct way. Of course, our service team, by workflows, can easily set up these custom fields so they can be populated automatically. So when the user creates and saves the transaction, the XML is automatically sent to the DGI by our Suite app. One other thing to highlight is that the invoice, in this case, can be automatically be sent by email to the customer. And in case the customer requires more than one email to receive the invoice, there is no problem on that. Our Suite app already supports that. Of course, in every purchase or sale transactions, the taxes have to be calculated. At the beginning of every implementation, our service team runs a discovery with our customer, and among other strategic questions, we always ask the customer about the taxes. Taxes, they used to work in every purchase, on every sale, and after that, we set up the taxes in the account. One important thing to say here is our Suite app supports both tax engines of NetSuite, Legacy Tax or SuiteAx. In this case, I'm just sharing with you one example of the IVA, which is the VAT, and 22%, which is the basic percent of the tax in Uruguay. But there are some other percents like 10 or 0. So when the transaction is created, the Suite app engine or the Legacy Tax engine calculates the VAT or whatever the type of tax is required automatically, so the user doesn't have to worry about this. Now, just to finish with the review of the electronic invoicing feature, here we have the PDF. Every electronic document can generate the corresponding PDF layout, so it can be sent by email or can be downloaded, can be printed in order to send it to the corresponding customer. One important thing to highlight here is that the PDF formats can be 100% customizable by our team. This is since our Suite app is directly integrated with the DGI. I mean, we no need to work with any middleware or any third-party billing provider. We just connect directly to the DGI so we can create and modify and adjust any PDF layout. As you can see here, and this is just an example, the fields tags are all in both Spanish and English, but if the customer prefers to have them only in Spanish or only in English, there is no problem on that. Or to change the color, or to add or to remove fields, there is no problem on that. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for your attention, for your time. I invite you to follow us on the social network platforms such as LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You will have available all the corresponding links in our YouTube video description. And finally, I invite you to access to our webpage. And for example, under this Uruguay localization page, at the bottom, you can find the corresponding contact form. So you can reach us out. Please feel free to do so. And our sales team will be more than happy to assist you and to schedule a demo session. Thank you very much again. See you on the next video.